Hello and welcome to the Primal Armor Podcast, where myself and other featured guests will be diving deep into topics that cover the four main aspects of health: physical health, mental health, emotional health, and spiritual health. Primal Armor strives to go back to the basics to give us a better foundational support to overall health and wellness that we can all try to improve on each and every day. I just want to thank you for stopping what you're doing today and taking time to listen to this podcast. Enjoy. Before we get started into the episode, I just want to take a few seconds to thank today's sponsor, Anchor Podcasts. They allow me to create and edit these podcasts for you guys. They're also the ones who distribute this podcast to other platforms such as Spotify and the Apple Podcast app on your phone, so you guys can listen to it anywhere at any time. It's everything needed all in one app. I encourage you all to get started today. Go download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and follow the podcast. This week we're on episode number 8. The title or theme of this week's episode is having a renewed mindset. You'll start to realize many of my podcasts focus all on our mindset. All of our bodies are capable of getting up and moving around, being active, thriving on nutritious food, and just living a healthy life. But it's all about how we view it though. You can look at it as a glass half full or a glass half empty type of view. Are you more of an optimist or are you more of a pessimist? Most people want that dream body, but they don't want to take the steps necessary to get there. They view it as, I have to exercise, and that's the totally wrong way to look at it. If you put a negative connotation with exercise, or attach it with just being a burden in your life, then you're just never going to want to get up and do something about it. You'll get those negative feelings even when you're just thinking about it. So instead of having that, I have to exercise mindset, think about it as I get to exercise, or I still have the ability to make the changes needed in my life to get where I want to be. You still have the opportunity to get up and out of bed every morning, lace up the shoes, and move around. Whether that's walking, running, swimming, lifting, biking, gardening, dancing, any of these type of activities, you get to do these things. There are tons of people out there who don't get the opportunity, and they pray and wish every day to be in your shoes. They would literally give anything to have the power and opportunity to do those things. So don't be that person who has the ability to take advantage of these opportunities, but refuse to use them. There are soldiers out there who lost their legs in battle, who will never get the chance to walk or stand again. There are people out there suffering from disease that leave them wheelchair-bound or bedridden, unable to take the advantage of the opportunities you and I both have. We take a lot of things for granted. We wake up every morning and do tasks as simple as even just getting them out of bed and walking around. And we don't think anything of it because it's been habitual and every day ever since we can remember. But can you imagine if you were unable to do that? Unable to sit, stand, get up off the ground, how much harder your life would be? But most of us get into these moods where we complain and think that it's just so hard to get up out of the bed in the morning, get up off the couch, walk into the other room and grab something that we need, or even have to walk a little further or take the stairs to get where we need to go. We are all guilty of this. I know I even have my days. We just have to try to minimize these days and make them as little as possible. We need to have a renewed mindset to realize things aren't really that hard, and not to take for granted that we are able to do these things. If you know someone who doesn't have the same abilities as you or I, that can really put it into perspective on how much we take for granted. Then you see firsthand what it's like to not be able to perform certain daily tasks that you and I don't even think twice about. We need to stop viewing these things as a burden. We have a privilege to be able to use our own bodies. The human body is a very complex system where almost anything can fail at any time. So if you have no physical limitations, nothing holding you back, then take full advantage of the moment and use what you've got. Know that there's someone out there who would trade places with you in a heartbeat, and when comparing life to someone in those shoes, Getting a few extra steps in your day, just trying to be a little more intentionally active, isn't really that hard. And that's what I want you guys to see. It's not an I have to mindset. It's an I'm thankful that I still get to mindset. Once you take on that mindset, then it's just easier to get up and be active. It's easier to work towards those goals you've been aiming for, and it's easier to achieve them. I hope you can start taking this perspective and start shifting that mindset this week. I promise you, once you take that step and get that mindset and you start working towards a better you, that you will not regret it. Start making these changes today, both physically and mentally. Don't be that person that just fits in with society. Be that person to make the change. Inspire others to follow your lead, but most importantly, make the changes for you. Take that step this week. Raise the standard.